What's going on, guys? We're back with another video today. I'm about to take the Miata out to go run some errands. I gotta go drop off some mail at my parents' place, and then I'm gonna go try and take some photos of it somewhere. But it's also kind of raining a little bit, sprinkling, so I don't know. It's not too bad. I kind of wish I had a suction mount so I could just vlog and drive a little bit, but I don't have one, so note to self, order one for the GoPro later. So anyway, for this video, it's gonna be mostly just an updating video. I'm gonna take you along for my little adventure here. I'm running out to my parents' place. Maybe I'll try to shoot some shots of this car out there because they have some nice woodland backdrops. So if you guys ever see my Instagram, like all of the woodland photos, they're basically from my parents' like property because they have a bunch of property that's woods and it's really pretty out there and it makes for some good photos. But yeah, for today's video, I'm gonna update you, kind of do a quick overview for 2018, do a what's coming up next for 2019, and yeah, it should be a good time for you guys. Like, it'll probably be more of a talking video. Maybe I'll show you some of the shots I take, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. So that's where we're gonna start, so we're gonna head off for now. So I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Made it to my parents' place. I've already dropped off the mail, and the other stuff that I had to drop off here. They're not even home right now, so I guess that's kind of cool. Can just use their property without them bugging me and trying to talk me up before I lose daylight. It's not actually raining right now. It's a little wet out. The car's a little dirty, but hey, why not? So one of my big New Year's resolutions for this year is I really want to get back on that like regular postings. I know that over the last few months I've kind of fallen off and like I've been hit and miss where it's like I took a little break to work on the kitchen, like life got in the way, etc, etc. So my goals for this year is just like straight up to you guys is I want to, and by me saying this, it's kind of like you guys can hold me accountable a little bit. I want to try to post on Instagram at least 6 out of 7 days of the week. I might not post on Sundays, but at least 6 out of 7 days. I want to step up to at least weekly videos for you guys. And I'd like to be a little bit more active on Twitter. You know, it's a huge social media platform. I'm relatively new to it. So go peep it, go give me a follow. If you guys haven't already, that link will be down below. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button, check out the Facebook, or not the Facebook, excuse me, the Instagram and the Twitter. Check those out, give them subscribes too. It's, you know, always helps there too. But yeah, so anyway, one of those things that I've been wanting to do is I've been wanting to get more into media production because I've been having a lot of fun with it. Like, I picked up the camera with the intention of showing my stuff to the world, and I've never really been into filmography or like cinematography or like, you know, photo taking or anything like that, and I'd like to learn a little bit more about it. It's a really, really interesting subject. I think that people who can do it really well are amazingly talented and have something that like I'm really lacking at, and that's just artistic eye. And you know, with that, you know, hopefully I can blend that into maybe making like a cool livery for this car down the road. So like one of my big things is like I want to learn all aspects of the car world, and one of those is like, or at least learn as many of them as I really can. One of those is just simply like video edits, photography. Like I'd like to dabble in that a little bit, not just driving. And you know, my heart is driving, and that's really what I want to do long term, is like I really want to just drive more. And so that's another big goal for 2019. But anyway, I'm gonna sum that up for right now. I'm gonna hop out of the car, I'm gonna take some photos, and we'll hop back in the car and maybe we'll chat a little bit more. But before I lose daylight, it's not too terrible outside. Let's hit some photos. So let's get it. Okay, so just kind of finished up taking some photos. Maybe spent 20-30 minutes out here just trying to find some couple cool like angles to get from, using a few different lenses. So I think some of the photos came out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. I'd love to try and do some more urban type stuff because it seems like a lot of the photos I end up taking are out here, just because the scenery is really nice out here, and so it's kind of fun to shoot out here, and I end up out here a lot. So that's why I end up taking a lot of photos out here. But I'd like to try to do some urban photography. But yes, I did end up monster trucking this, and I ended up picking up dirt all over my car, and now it needs a bath. So hope you guys are happy. Worth it. Anyway, with that being said, I'm probably gonna head home in a second, but we can chat for a second and hang out here while I don't know, just kind of quiet and nice. You know what? Let's do the video right here. It's kind of quiet and nice out here. Okay, just moved to get some Wi-Fi signal and a little bit better light. Still nice out here. Still in the same spot, just a little bit different spot. Anyway, so we're gonna just do a quick 2018 wrap up. So just to start off, I started YouTube back in April this year, and quite frankly, I'm actually super surprised, but we ended up making it to 60 subscribers, or a little bit over. I think we made it by like 61, 62-ish by the end of 2018, like actually like December 31st or whatever. So I'm super happy with that. Like, I didn't expect 60 people to start following me this early on. You know, like, I know the car's unique. I know I have a lot to learn as a person filming and vlogging, and I want to get more comfortable with it. And to be honest, it's helping me a lot face a lot of my like quietness. I'm not really a super nervous person usually. I'm just a pretty quiet person in public and like in general. I'm just not a very loud person. So anyway, I'm trying to get out of that shell, trying to get more comfortable with being, sorry, had to check and see if the mic was on. Trying to be more comfortable with being in front of a camera, just talking to random people, just being more available. And I'm pretty happy with my progress, but that's not what this is about. So 2018, I started the channel in April. Right now we're at 63 subscribers, so shout out to all of you. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, if you want to hit that subscribe button, it means the world. It helps keep me motivated so much. And shortly after I started the channel, I made the decision to buy an RX-7. Now, I wanted to do this for a couple reasons. One, my Miata is almost done with phase one. Phase one, hypothetically, because it's been in phase one for like 3 or 4 years. I've had this car for 3 or 4 years. Anyway, so I bought the RX-7. I wanted to start my YouTube channel with a new car, only because then you guys get to see from the very, very beginning exactly all the steps that car goes through, in kind of more of an amateur fashion. Like, you know, all the car or all the stuff on the Miata is basically already done. There's only a handful of little things left to do to finish my quote-unquote phase one, which we will get into in a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I got the RX-7 and I bought that with the full intentions of building and buying 100% full-time drift car. I love my Miata, but it's also a street car. It's a lot smaller than I would really want for a full-time drift car, and I'm not 100% convinced that I want to sell it just yet. So I'm gonna keep building it. I'm gonna keep playing with it. I'm gonna keep having fun with it. In the meantime, it's a great starter drift car, and you know, parts are cheap for it. Replacements are cheap, so not a big deal if it gets broken. I'm not super concerned about that. This is just my very first car that I've ever really modified, and it means a lot to me, so I haven't sold it yet. So anyway, and I don't plan to right now. So anyway, after we got the RX-7, the next big thing that really happened is we got the motor for Dalton's 350Z. I know he hasn't been on the channel a lot lately, and I know our lives don't always sync up. I would love to start getting out to his place a little bit more often, to start getting a little bit more up-to-date footage with you, start having him in the videos a little bit more often. Maybe we'll stop being lazy and stop playing on Assetto Corsa as much when we hang out and actually get some work done. Which, you know, so anyway, we got that motor, we pulled it out of an Escalade. It was my first real experience with an LS motor. I have pulled motors before, but never pulled an LS. I've never dealt with an LS. Really kind of an interesting motor, simple as pretty much everything else. Anyway, then he ended up getting the skid truck. That came and went really quickly after our first drift event, which that was huge for me. Just taking the initial step to going to your very first event if you've never been to an event. Now I was gonna say I said of course, but I did autocross for about a year and a half ish with the Miata, before I did drifting at all, and I had always like not really cared about it, but as of lately, you know, the bug hit me too, and I'm really interested in it, and I want to start doing it. So I went to my first drift event, and I know that's scary for a lot of you, but if you guys haven't gone and you guys want to, go do it. It's not that scary. There's tons of people out there who are like willing to help. They're all out there to have fun, to learn. And you know what? They're car enthusiasts too. They're exactly like you. There's nothing to be afraid of. Go do it. It's fun. You don't need a lot, just a car, and go have fun. After that event, I got this car tuned twice. The first time, I got it tuned by a local hometown Miata hero Nate Harper, shout out to him. I'll leave his link down below to like his Instagram or whatever. So if you guys are in the Pacific Northwest and you guys need some tunes, need some tuning help, I know he does a lot of Mega Squirt stuff. I'm sure he'd be happy to look at other things too. So I'll send him, or send stuff his way if you're local and you want a good deal and some cool dude to help you out. And he helped a ton on this car. But I also ended up getting this car tuned a second time on a dynamometer, or dynamometer? Dyno. Just call it a dyno. I got it tuned by Martin from RS Enthalpy. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him. If you guys have watched YouTube for more than 5 minutes, you know that he's the guy who's tuned Adam LZ's cars, a lot of Formula Drift cars, things like that. So anyway, he's really well known, has a lot of talent behind his little head. He's not actually very little. He's not big. Not calling you big, Martin. I like you. You're a really cool dude. Anyway, go check out his stuff too. His links are down in the description below. I believe he is from Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so he's super cool dude. He helped me out a ton, and the car runs really well. I'm finally able to use my 13 pounds of boost, or 12 pounds, or whatever we set it at. Before I couldn't use it, and it's just kind of nice to not have to worry about it too much. It needs a little bit more love, but we're getting there, and I think it's just mostly safe to drive at this point. So a little bit more tweaking, which I think I can handle on my own, and the car should be pretty ready to go. Past that, the car made 220 wheel horsepower. It's pretty much what I expected. It's on a 2554 from a stock SR20, so I really didn't expect anything amazing from it. I would love to at some point upgrade to a 2560 to get a little bit more power and maybe push it up to the 250 to 280 range in the long term, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I just want to enjoy this car. So that kind of pretty much sums up 2018. Moving into 2019. So this is probably the juicy information. What do you guys like? You guys probably want to know what to kind of expect a little bit from my channel. So I've been focusing on the Miata a lot on this channel, and like I was saying earlier, I really want to start focusing on the RX-7 more. And as I said, the Miata is almost done with quote-unquote phase 1, which you will be seeing some of the videos for that probably coming up here in the next week or two, finishing up phase 1. The last couple things that I really haven't done or purchased yet is I kind of need to get a passenger seat still. I'd love to get a little bit more bracing for my passenger, and especially because I have a harness in the car already. It's not really safe to run a harness on a stock seat just because you need the provisions for the holes for the shoulder belts to go through to sit properly. So I'd really love to get a passenger seat for starters. Angle kit, which I already have at home in my garage. I just need to spend an afternoon and install it and make a video on it, and that may be 1 or 2 parts. I'm not certain, because they're 2 different components that I have to install that are just in different locations, with an end result of me needing to realign the car, and I haven't done it yet. And the last thing I'd really like to do in this car is I'd like to put a hydro in it. Now, that's not the completion of this car by any means. That's just phase 1 complete. Past that, it needs a lot of cosmetic upgrades, and so phase 2 for this car, which I don't know when it'll come, when I get to it, maybe when I get a little bit more experience of drifting, etc., and I'm not as likely to wreck my car every single time I try to slide it. Because clearly my first drift event did not go super well, but that's what learning's for. So anyway, that's kind of the game plan for this. So just a real quick recap: angle, hydro, and passenger seat, and that's all I really want to do left on this car. And then I don't want to touch it until I become a better driver, and then after that, unless of course the motor pops or something else goes wrong, and I have to obviously address it ahead of time. But after that, I would love to take some time, pull the motor out, do an ABS delete on the car, which I'm gonna ghetto ABS delete and just pull the fuse out for it, so it just tricks the ECU to not thinking it's there, and it works like just normal non-ABS brakes. But I want to fully delete it and just change all the lines, get the ABS junk out of the car just so it looks cleaner and much nicer. And I would like to redo wiring on the car because it's a little rat's nesty under the hood, a lot of cut stuff for whatever reason, so I just kind of want to pull the harness out, clean it all up, and I kind of have a few things in mind that I'd like to revise on the car's like wiring setup and how it's all done and addressed. And then I'd like to do some sort of body kit and obviously paint the body kit. I kind of like the Montego blue color. I think it's kind of a unique color, kind of fun, and it's kind of nice. So anyway, that's kind of it for the Miata. Now onto the RX-7, which is at home right now, and I just kind of feel like filming here. So I could go home, could get it, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So really, what to expect with the RX-7? Initially, you know, right now it's basically a bone stock RX-7. I did a seat install on it last year, and then I pulled the seat out, and I'm sitting in it right now in the Miata, because I bought the seat for the Miata and I always wanted to know if it fit, so I could buy another one, and I haven't yet. Anyway, long story short, it's basically just got a quick release on it, and that's about it. It technically actually needs a new steering wheel because that steering wheel is broken. So what to expect? I will probably leave the drivetrain alone, so don't expect any like big rotary content coming up anytime soon. Maybe later in the future I might do rotary content. I'm gonna obviously have to figure out some sort of power modifier for that car, either boost it or motor swap it. I'm not certain yet. I'm not opposed to motor swaps. I do like rotaries a lot, so take that at what you will. I'm just not sure what I want to do with it yet. Part of me wants to do a motor swap for the experience. Part of me just wants to leave it rotary because rotaries are cool, but also really expensive. Anyway, so I would expect me to basically leave the drivetrain alone. I might do the radiator and like some cooling mods and a few small things here and there, like basic bolt-ons, but I wouldn't expect any like turbo strapping on this year or anything like that. Really what I want to do is I want to adjust the suspension first, you know, do the coilovers, do the bushings, do some sort of angle on it, maybe put a hydro in it first, you know, change all the rear arms that kind of need to be addressed, do the DTSS delete, which I'll explain, you know, in another video when I do it. You know, all the other little things that RX-7s need to become a good drift car, which, you know, they're a little bit more complicated to just start them off as a good drift car than like a Miata, because the rear end, the rear subframe acts quite a bit differently than most traditional current day cars. So anyway, to kind of wrap that up, you're going to expect a whole bunch of suspension stuff, a whole bunch of stuff underneath the car basically for the RX-7, and probably like a seat and a steering wheel install, and that'll probably be like the beginnings of it with like a welded diff and, you know, maybe some wheels, and that'll probably be like the beginning of the RX-7 build, which is pretty common, and then we'll probably start chasing power later on. So that's pretty much what to expect from the RX-7. For the Forester, I have no plans of modding it. I'm actually currently thinking about selling it, to be honest. I need a truck. Just gonna put it out there. I could use a truck. It would help quite a bit, and with a truck I could also use a trailer. Now I've made an arrangement with my father, who has agreed to let me borrow his truck to tow my car to events, and he also wants to go halves on a trailer. So we're gonna cumulatively get a trailer, and I should hopefully have a trailer for this year to go to events. So hopefully I don't run out of AAA tows. Thanks, AAA. For getting my car home. Because I think we have one tow left, and I used all 3 last year, or out of the 4. So anyway, what to expect for the rest of this year? More drift events, hopefully. Hopefully a trailer, and you know, like I was saying earlier, I want to be more active on Twitter. I want to daily post on Instagram, be a little bit more active on Instagram again. Kind of fall off recently. I'd really love to see about, if I could, I would really love to, and I'm hopeful to see about 200 subscribers by 2020. I think that's super realistic. It's only about 140 more to go. We found 60 in the last 8 months, and over the last few months, the subscriber count has been growing a little bit faster than it had before, and that's super awesome, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going. So like I said, I'm gonna keep up to date on that. And I'd also like to update and maintain the website, which I haven't really been doing lately. I'm sorry guys, I do have a website. Link to that will be down in the description as well, and hopefully I will be a little bit more on top of that too. Past that, there's one more big announcement, but I kind of need to be home to show you guys that one, so let's go there. And we'll make that last announcement, and it's kind of cute. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Peace. Okay, what's up? It's the next day, so we're gonna pick up where we left off. I'm sorry I didn't finish this video, but the last real quick update for you guys that I really wanted to give you guys is we added a new little puppers to our family. Hey everybody, meet Elsie.
Ryan Little.
Yeah, you're really cute, but you also have like the worst breath right now. Anyway, she has terrible puppy breath. She's like, I don't know, like 2 months old or something like that. She's a little mini dachshund, if you guys are curious. So we just added this little puppers to our family. The wife brought her home the other day. So, welcome, 2019, Elsie. And you smell. And our roommate brought home her cousin, Neville. Look at little Neville here. With a little butthole. So, Neville is the whiny one. And so he's kind of hilarious. He'll run all the way up the top of our stairs. And then he'll just howl at the top for us to bring him down. Because he wants to be with everybody, but he doesn't want to go downstairs by himself. Weird little dog. And then ours is hell on wheels, of course, and eats everything. And him. And barks going downstairs, which is really cute. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I may pick it up and do another video, so if you guys don't see an outfit change between this current video and like the next video that airs, it's probably because I'm filming the outro on the same day that I film whatever video I'm doing that day. I haven't really decided what I'm doing today or my course of action. I know I need to do some like general house things like groceries and like cleaning a little bit, cleaning the kitchen. Gotta do some of that stuff. Get some stuff together for dinner tonight. Yeah. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys all had a happy and safe New Year's. Welcome to 2019. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys' goals for this year's are. Wow, that sounded really butchery. Let me know what your goals are for this year. There you have mine. Just real quick repeat. No, we're not even real quick repeat. That's mine. Let me know your goals for this year. I will see you guys in the next one.
Ryan Little.